Alright YouTube, welcome back to another video. We are currently breaking in the brakes. I don't actually know what I'm looking for here, what it's supposed to do. The car stops. The first time in like the better part of a decade that I'm about to be changing brakes on a car, and we're going to be doing it on the C5. For now, we're just going to handle the front pads and rotors. I've got them right here, power stop. We've got the pads right here, rotors in here. We're going to get rid of the old ones, get the new ones in there. We should be good to start. I think I have everything I need. Wheel is off. Brake is ready to get opened up. Doesn't look too bad. The rotor, I'm gonna change it either way, but we are getting this brake caliper off. Did a bolt down here. Same thing up here. There, and once it's off, I will let you know. That is both of these little caliper screws off, and good. Time to get the caliper off.
Don't have to take that one out.
I'm gonna have taken the caliper off now. Set it up here. Make sure there's no crazy strain on the brake line. One of the pads already fell off. But it looks like the next step here is to get these bolts off in the back. These ones holding the bracket in. So we're gonna get that done now. I don't know if this is safe or smart, but I used a rubber mallet to break it loose. And yeah, it worked. That is both broken loose now. I can go ahead and get those two bolts back here pulled off. We got the brakes off. Let's go ahead and take a look really quickly at the brake pad itself. What are we seeing? Honestly, I mean, yeah, they're low, but they're not as bad as some of the shops made it sound. I feel like I still had a good amount of life left in these. Maybe the rears are worse. Yeah, look at that. Not terrible. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think these brakes needed to be replaced, or you think I still had some time left? Pretty sure these here are the new tie rods I had put in around like the 2,000 mile mark when I bought the car, and then these are the sway bar links, so these are all new. Looking pretty good still, which obviously they're new, so I would hope so. All right, time for the fun part. We're gonna get high on brake parts cleaner. One of the nice things about these brakes so far is all the brakes that I used to work on, like minivans and the cars, just family cars, they would have a pin in the rotor that would pin it to this hub. And then when you would try to take it out, almost always that screw, that pin would be seized. So getting it out would be one of the hardest things with that brake job. But these, you just slide the rotor on and off. So that was really easy. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these pins out and get this rubber sleeves off and get the new ones in there. So let's go ahead and get those out. So this little pin comes out like this. This rubber footing here sits on this. You can see the kind of clean silver bit there. So the rubber footing sits on top of that and then kind of hugs the top part of this bolt. I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up, re-greased, and then get the new rubber footings that came in the new kit on. All right, here's the new rubber. We're gonna open that up and get it set up on the pin thingy here. So I've got the base of that rubber thingy set on there, and now I'm just gonna kind of get this adjusted so it sits like that one. Got it sitting right, I think. Please focus. Okay, got it sitting right, and now I'm gonna go ahead and get some grease on here and then get it reinstalled in there. I think that's right. Now we're gonna get this one out and do the same thing. Let us do it. It took a lot longer than it should have, but those pins are in. They look good, they look correct, and we can move on. Now we're gonna replace the old clips here with the new ones. Let's go ahead and do that. Nice and shiny. New little clips are in. And now we can start the reassembly process. New rotor is on. Next up is getting the caliper bracket thing on, and then I gotta grease up the brake pads and get those on next. Then we'll finally get to the caliper itself. If you know, you know. We've gone ahead and got this caliper bracket bolted on, this and this bolt. They're huge, but they're on and they're tight. So, next step. Brake pads are in. Time to get the pistons and the caliper pushed back. I'm not 100% sure how to use this, but this is kind of what I came up with. So we put the, I heard some people saying if you use the brake pad, you can get the push back evenly all the way, much easier. So we're using the old brake pad and then this tool to push the pistons all the way back, hopefully. We had to change this thingy in the middle of the brakes, and now I'm just getting them fully mounted in, and it should be pretty much it. So the last one. We are currently braking in the brakes. I just did the front brakes for now, but I've also got new wheels on here. We're gonna see what it feels like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have new brakes on the front of the car. I haven't done brakes in a long time. It took me way too long, 2.5 hours pretty much, almost 3. But it was a learning process and I learned. I'm currently gonna help seat the brakes a bit here. So we're gonna go 40 to 10 a few times, and then we're gonna do 35 to 5 a few times, and hopefully that'll warm them up and seat them correctly. But that is the next step here, so let's get to it. I don't actually know what I'm looking for here, what it's supposed to do. The car stops. I think I'm just supposed to be spreading out that like top layer of the brake pad over the whole rotor. So the whole rotor is covered in kind of the same layer of kind of rough material. And I think I've done a good job of that in a little circle that I went. Feels right. There's a surprise on the car as well. I've been hinting at new wheels for a while. Haven't been able to get them on. But I'm tired of waiting. So I may or may not have ripped the band-aid off